at Columbus is a place where good things are happening. We are bold, we are innovative, and since 1847, we haven't hesitated for a moment to try to do the right things. I'd like to share 3 things that you can remember about Otterbein. First, I want you to know that Otterbein is a college of opportunity. We recognize the value and potential of every student and have a tremendous track record of launching success stories here. Based on the data from Money Magazine and that the Columbus Dispatch analyzed, Otterbein is the 2nd most affordable private university in the state and the 7th most affordable when you include public universities. And that's not just what we are as affordable. We change student lives. 93% of the class of 2024 were either employed in graduate school, serving in the military, or volunteer service within 6 months of graduation. Second, I would like you to remember that Otterbein is committed to integrative and experiential education. Otterbein has long believed that an education isn't something you receive, it's something that you experience. Our 4-year career professional development Ready program does just what the name says. Our community spends 4 years getting our students ready with coaching, advising, and immersive hands-on experiences to help ensure they are prepared to succeed in life after graduation. This fall, our entire student body will engage in the first all-campus Ready Day, a day of exploration and planning geared uniquely towards students' academic year, from first years to seniors. Finally, I want you to remember that Otterbein is committed to collaboration that advances the common good. Otterbein has long understood that education is the great equalizer. Otterbein, together with Antioch University, serves as proud co-founders of the Coalition for the Common Good, a new national university system that aims to expand opportunities for lifelong learning, increase access to a transformative education, and address workforce development needs. Our strategic partners and industry leaders and nonprofits alike. Otterbein believes that collaboration, not competition, is the only way to address the problems facing our world. Again, welcome to Otterbein. We're glad to have you here this morning, and if you're looking for more ways to get involved, be sure to ask me about Otterbein's Advantage Partnership Program. This is just another way that Otterbein is working to give Central Ohio companies and their employees an incredible advantage with an Otterbein education and a 4-year scholarship valued at $80,000 for your employees' qualifying dependents. Welcome, and now I'd like to introduce Christine Boucher, the Director of Columbus Regional Logistics Capture to the stage.
All right, good morning, everybody. You sound like my kids. Good morning, everybody. Okay, you can stay. All right, well, thank you all for being here. I sure appreciate you getting up early and having to choose a selection that you want to start at in these roundtable discussions. And I want to thank Erin and the staff at Otterbein for the use of the space, the layout, setting everything up. This is working very perfectly for our intended use. So we also want to extend a huge thank you to all of our incredible sponsors who support, make events like this possible. Oh good, that wasn't my picture anymore. Presenting sponsors, Schneider Downs and Waco. Impact sponsors, FC Bank and FST Logistics. Signature sponsor, Ignite Industrial Professionals, and small business sponsor, Accrochet. We'd also like to acknowledge our dedicated investor partners. Your ongoing support of the CRLC and the Columbus Chamber of Commerce is invaluable, and we deeply appreciate your commitment. Thank you for joining us at the Future of Industry Shop Talks. Today we are diving deep into the most pressing issues and exciting emerging trends that are shaping logistics, manufacturing, and supply chain operations. Through 3 interactive roundtable sessions, you'll engage in candid, expert-led conversations about the challenges and innovations defining the future of industry. Whether you're a seasoned executive or a rising leader, this event offers actionable insights, valuable peer-to-peer learning, and meaningful networking opportunities. We encourage you to participate fully and connect with your peers. By show of hands at the table, can those who are the subject matter experts raise your hands? Okay. Okay, great. So those are the folks at the table that are professionals in the area of which you are sitting, and I'm sure Don will explain this in a bit, but the content comes from you around the table. They're there to support and enhance the conversation, but the conversation comes from you at the table. So be ready to exchange business cards and do the networking that you are all empowered to do in this event. So now it is my pleasure to introduce Sarah Hoagland, Senior Tax Manager at Schneider Downs.
Thank you, Christine. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because we have a very full morning, and if you've attended one of these CRLC events before, you've probably heard from one of us at Schneider Downs. As Christine mentioned, my name is Sarah Hoagland, and I'm a Senior Tax Manager with Schneider Downs. We've been a proud sponsor of the CRLC for years. For those who haven't heard of Schneider Downs, a little bit about us. We are a professional services firm. We offer traditional tax and audit compliance for businesses and individuals, but we also have more than 80 service offerings to provide a well-rounded experience for our clients. One specific service where we've seen more and more questions is digital transformation. Right now, we have an internal team that helps our clients use AI and machine learning to automate processes and allow team members to focus on more value-add tasks. So I wish that robot could have come up here and done this for me. I'm like, that's probably right up our group's alley. Our firm has a transportation and logistics industry group to help those of us who work within the space stay current on industry news, challenges, and opportunities. We do have a new member, part of the group, Mike Wojnowicz. He is here today. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to find either of us and we can talk about what we're doing in the space. So with that, allow me to introduce Sean Collins, Business Program Manager at the Solid Waste Authority of Central Ohio, SWACO.
Morning, everyone. People ask why a landfill company and a government agency we part of the Columbus Regional Justice Council. I'm here to tell you we take 1,500 trucks a day at the landfill. It's a logistical feat, and we find it really interesting to see what all of you do to manage that waste. So we appreciate the partnership with Christine. We have programs that we offer to support you in your waste reduction journeys. And we love to network with people who want a journey on sustainability. Call out to Shelman, who I met this week, who was able to join us and support the work that we're doing. We believe strongly that a managed resource county is a more effective county, and we want to help you guys support the resources, reduce your waste, and appreciate kind of what Franklin County has to offer. Recently, we got to speak to some folks from New York, and they told us we should be thankful for how well our waste is managed. We don't have rats, we don't have waste sitting in our waterways, and we have a really strong culture here of collaboration and connection. So we appreciate the CRLC brings you all together for events like this to think about hard topics. We thank Christine for doing that as well. Sorry. Please join me in introducing Don Smith.
Anyone knows me, I don't need this microphone. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the CRLC this morning for what hopes to be an informative and collaborative morning. My name is Don Smith. I'm with Excel Project Management. We're a business business development for Excel Project Management. We're a design build general contractor specializing in the design and construction of warehousing, light manufacturing, cold storage. This year the council decided to change it up a little bit and allow more of a collaborative environment. This is your chance to mingle with regional and some national experts in anything from robotics, succession planning, geopolitical interruptions, and many others. You all should have received one of these. They have a QR code. The QR code can help you explain who the people are, who your subject matter experts are. I think you get 45 minutes at each table. Sure. I will give everyone a 5-minute warning before we ask you to stand up and switch tables. And I think that is it. My last one. I am. All right. So I will be walking around to make sure everyone is understanding what's going on. And if you have any questions, please wave me down. Thank you. All right. Hello. We can get everybody sitting down the conversation. This is the part we kind of call down. We're going to hear from each table 2 to 3 minutes about what they talk about, what some of the hot topics were, because not everyone got to go to every table. And this is towards the end of the event, and then Christine's going to close it off for us. So table 1, they're talking about business resilience, succession planning, and we have Eric and Ryan here.
Hey, Ryan Barker from PNC Bank. Today we were talking about business resiliency, and what I think what we realized in the conversation with everyone today was resiliency is built into all of our day-to-days, whether you're in staffing, acquisition, business development, operations. Resiliency is important to maintaining operations through the ups and downs of the business ongoing. A lot of ups and downs in the last few years. Where you sit within your organization, certainly more than others, but taking the time internally to build processes, build a playbook, your SOPs, and sharing the knowledge that you have of your roles and responsibilities with others. It can be a split second, and something happens internally where someone needs to step in. So it's a great conversation today. Yeah.
Thank you. Next we got Zach Ryan with Colliers. Zach didn't have a whole lot of participants, so if you just want to give a little plug, a shameless plug for Colliers.
I appreciate the first comment that you made, but no, Zach Robbins with Colliers and Industrial Estate Broker, site selection, just general building selection stuff here at our table. Generally speaking, Oregon's been pretty healthy. We're grateful to be in Columbus. We're doing a lot better than surrounding markets in Indy and elsewhere. A lot of big projects, as you guys know. It has slowed down a little bit the last couple months, but there's still demand out there. Just got to find a way to loosen up all the capital and everyone waiting to see what's going on in the future with the geopolitical stuff on the back table. But I appreciate you guys being here and hoping to say hi to people I haven't met yet. So.
Workforce development. We had Zach and Kelly. Which one do you want to talk real quick about some of the hot topics?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Very good conversations here. Talent workforce development. I'd say the top 2 things that came up at every single discussion that we had to do with the changing of the workforce coming in and how people who are coming into their positions, they approach things differently now than we did 5 years ago, 10 years ago. COVID certainly changed a lot of things. And so how do you not only attract them, how do you find them, how do you appeal to them? Because that is, I think, much different now than it was just a little bit ago. The second part that we talked a lot about, sorry, I'm spinning around like a disco ball right now, I'm trying to get to everybody. The second thing we talk a lot about is once you have them in, there are expectations of new employees now that weren't there 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. The impact that they want to make as soon as they show up. What they expect from their leaders is much different. The support structure that they expect. What they want their work-life balance to look like and feel like. It's maybe more life in general instead of work-life balance. And so lots of very, very good discussions on that today. And I want to thank everyone who did take the time to come and talk with us because I think it was really wonderful. So thank you.
All right, next is robotics and automation. We have Nick and John here. One of you want to say a couple words?
So Nick Marinucci with Osaro. We are a piece-picking automation company, so basically autonomous robotics for pick pack. So we serve a lot of e-commerce, fulfillment, retail, medical device, all of that, anywhere where there's kitting, goods to robot, depalletizing, and picked up auto bagger. So Boston here. John here is with Boston Dynamics, as you've seen the dog. He could add something to this, but what we saw a lot of today was how people are scared to basically bring robots in-house because it's replacing people. And that came up at every conversation that we've had, but the biggest thing that I think the takeaway was is that we actually, our customers, we've shown that we boost retention. And why we say that is because people don't want to do the jobs that we're replacing, right? It's typically unskilled, like very monotonous type of task. And so where we're going in, they're doing a higher skilled job, and they're getting paid more money. So it's actually been met with open arms. That they want to know about the capabilities, where AI is headed, how AI is incorporated into robotics. And it was just a really good conversation, and how we're offering these fulfillment centers a lot of flexibility. They can run us 24/7, basically lights out. And yeah, I mean, it was a really good conversation. I was really happy to be here, and those that I connected with, love to stay in touch with you. And I'll be here for another hour afterwards, I think. And if I haven't talked to anybody you want to learn more, feel free to connect.
Yeah, I was just going to say thanks for having us here. If you guys have heard of Boston Dynamics before, we're famous for putting mobile solutions out into the world. So everyone's well aware of traditional fixed automation bolted into the ground, 6-axis arms. It's how we have a lot of the goods and materials that we have today. And so we're starting to introduce mobile solutions into the workforce. So if there's any ever conversations, I live in Dublin, Ohio. I have a dog in my house. I have a real dog as well. But yeah, I truly believe that these tools and these devices are going to be proliferated amongst all of us over the next years. Thank you.
All right, at table 6, we have geopolitical influence. Dave Robinson's here from Montrose. Thanks, Dave, for joining us today.
Appreciate being here today. Dave Robinson from Montrose Group. We do corporate site location work, economic development, advising, and lobbying. So it's a fun discussion today. We had a lot of good, lively talk. I don't know if any of you have heard, but there's something called tariffs being debated. So it's a hot topic, and just appreciate having a chance to speak. Thanks.
I'm going to jump around now because you did do a good job of laying these tables out. Table 11 here was AI implementation, and Vince Castillo's here to
Yeah, thanks everyone who came over. We had some great conversations. I'm Vince Castillo. I'm a professor in the Fisher College of Business at The Ohio State University. We were talking about some organizational issues, and we ventured, conversations varied from talking about what are the capabilities of current AI systems to high-level philosophical, what does it mean to know things, and what is the future of work and the future of society look like in this world of AI. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I love learning about this kind of stuff. So if anyone is interested in talk more about Gen AI for logistics and supply chain, or just in general, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Table 9, we have more AI. These tables, all three of these tables were full all day. Software and technology and implementation, we have Jason and Mike.
Hello, Mike Myers, founder of Lonely, we're here in Lawrence, Ohio. We were talking about a lot around how to approach your first AI implementation, how to get the team comfortable. And really where we landed was, well, it's about meeting people where they are. It's about taking a step towards digitization of current processes. And it's about making sure that people understand the impact that it's going to have on their day-to-day, their role, and helping them see the benefits. And then we varied off into some wonderful discussions about future AI applications that aren't really tangible yet, that can't really go after, but we can see a path to it over the next coming years. So thank you guys for the time. Appreciate you having me, and have a good day.
Table 7 here was insourcing versus outsourcing. It looks like Dave's going to talk a little bit about that.
Volunteer. Hi, everybody. David Teeple with what we call SETLAC. It's a management consulting firm in warehousing and distribution. I tell you what, we had 3 different table discussions. Each group had kind of an interesting, different take on insourcing versus outsourcing. I was surprised at the direction the conversations led. Certainly talked a little bit in the first group about culture and what drives outsourcing. And we had an interesting kind of mix of service providers as well as distributors, manufacturers, and very interesting discussion, like I said, about culture, cost, and upskilling. We talked a lot about kind of the challenges these days with workforce and their skills. The second group was really more focused on AI, interestingly enough. There was a very interesting discussion related to the use cases for AI. We had very different providers on that, but we talked a lot about leveraging AI as an agent, service providers also do outsourcing. We had also an interesting discussion about bad actors and kind of the bad use cases of AI and how it's generating, fake resumes, fake information for sourcing of labor. And then our last discussion was really a little bit more about procurement and processes. So had a great discussion and appreciate everybody's input. So enjoyed the discussion with you and hope everybody got a lot out of it. So thanks, Tom.
All right, so next was table 8. This was alternative fuels and vehicle technology, and we have Mike Religer from EASE.
Thanks, Don. Real quick, just thanks to the CRLC group and Christine for allowing me and my partner Santos to take off, have a seat at the table and talk to some of you folks today. It was a really engaging conversation. So from our standpoint, a lot of the conversation surrounded the use case to adopt something other than good old diesel fuel to fuel your fleet, barriers to entry from a cost standpoint, and when does it really make sense for owner operators, other carriers to adopt these technologies if not mandated by the government, which is where Santos kind of came in. So the partnership that Drive Ohio and EASE kind of worked on involves automated technologies, which all the fine folks that went to the AI tables kind of permeated that conversation over here, and it really turned into more of a technological conversation along with your everyday trucking conversation. So it was a lot to learn from my end especially, and there were some great ideas brought forth, and really appreciate everyone that stopped through. So thanks for spending some of your time with us this morning. It was great. Thanks.
All right, table 5, we have Dennis. He was talking about energy usage and planning.
Thank you all so much. I'm Dennis Fidyar with Ohio's Electric Cooperatives, and we're the generation and transmission company for Ohio's 24 electric cooperatives. Our table talked about energy, and really we just talked a lot about the uncertainty of what's happening in the energy market. Prices are clearly going up, power plants are closing, and the absolute demand, a lot because of AI and such, is just changing the demand for electricity in today's world to just levels that we've never seen before. And I use this example, and some of you who know me may have heard this too many times, that for the 20 years that I've been in Ohio's electric cooperatives, our 3 largest loads were the 3 Honda plants, 48 to 55 megawatts, employing thousands of people and paying billions of revenue, of tax revenue into the state of Ohio. Now we're just seeing one after another data center, which are great, but they're 100 megawatts or more at a time. And some we've had inquiries, as any of my energy brethren will say, of up to 1 gigawatt. That's a power plant. It's just so the change in the industry, plus the cost increases, are just going to be for a really interesting time. But Matt Hyland from Energy was a part of my table too, and he had a lot of incredibly insightful things from his business. So Matt, why don't you? Sure.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Hyland with Energy Resources. I'm a energy supply side, a global provider. One of the big things we talked about, and it's more of education, is what's going to happen with your energy budgets coming up. And I'm saying you as customers or your customers in the PJM market, which is the Midwest. Starting this month in June, you're going to be seeing about a 30% increase in your energy spend, electricity spend. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a PJM factor. It's called your capacity tax, and what your capacity is going to do over the next year. So my main goal, or what I can do, is help educate. I'm happy to do some of the math with you, but just understand all your businesses will see those increases on your invoices coming this month. Reach out to me. Feel free to give me a call, like I said, an email or whatever. We can talk about it and find some other ways to reduce those costs that's going to come. I hate to be a doom and gloom guy, but everyone's going to hit it, and hopefully we can all work together and reduce those capacity charges. Thank you.
Table 10 was veterans and logistics, and here is AJ Ford talking about it.
Thanks, Don. My name is AJ Ward. I'm the founder and CEO of Simplify IT, which is a security operations center as a service company, but I'm also an Army veteran. And so at our table, we talked about a lot of what the challenges are for veterans when they transition out of the military. How we're not trained and taught on how to write resumes, how we're not trained and taught on how to do interviews. And so as they're looking for their next career, their transition forward, how these soft skills are needed in order to land their next career, but more importantly, all the different career opportunities that exist underneath the umbrella of supply chain that we really don't think about. And so one of the big topics that came up during a lot of our conversations were how do businesses like yourselves that are looking for employees, looking for good workers, how do you get connected with veteran talent? How do you have programs in place to retain that veteran talent, not just brought in so that you're not going to walk in the door? And so we kind of talked about a lot of those different solutions and options and things that veterans are looking for to make them valuable parts of their team moving forward. And so for anybody that's looking to hire veterans or looking for wanting to hire veterans and part of your focus, then I would love to connect with you as well.
Last but not least, table 12 here is sustainability. We had this topic because we had a March event that April event. It gave some homework for people to do, so we had a table set up so people can come and ask more questions. So we had Sean and Jacob here. Which one wants to do a little talk?
Thanks. I'm Jake Fenron with Rumpke Waste Recycling here in Columbus, Ohio. And this morning we really had 3 different conversations in each group, which is pretty standard for our industry. So our first group, we kind of talked about services that Sweco and Rumpke provide to customers here in the Central Ohio region. Sweco provides excellent services to businesses here, whether it be grant funding, consulting, or maybe just being able to provide information to businesses. second group really talked about a wide variety of topics. We had anywhere from artificial intelligence and how that's impacted our industry to energy and how companies in this area are looking to become more sustainable with energy use. So our third group then really delved into another different area of HR and how young people are coming into this industry. They're looking for companies that are sustainable. So it's just a wide variety of topics that really you're not even really thinking about. So Swanko and Rumpke work well together here in Central Ohio to partner together and come up with solutions for people in Central Ohio. But it's across the entire country that this whole topic is impacting right now. So very insightful, and thanks to Don and Christine for setting us up today.
All right, I'm not going back up on stage, but I just want to say thank you everyone for coming, and can we give a round of applause to our subject matter experts for coming? A lot of people took time out of their day for this, so thank you everyone.
Thank you. All right, yes, absolutely. Thank you to all of our SMEs, thank you to all of our attendees. Thank you also to our advisory board. The Columbus Regional Logistics Council has an advisory board of 26 people from the different industries that make up the CRLC. Who are the advisory board members? Please stand. Okay, look around you. Thank you. They advise, they do the job well, which allows me to be able to bring that back to our leadership and be able to provide events like this. So thank you to them, because I couldn't do my job well without you. So you will see, there it is, a QR code on the back. Please scan that. That is a survey. Typically, we would send a survey for our events out at the end. We want to know how you feel right now about what you experienced today. If you need to stand up and get closer, please feel free to do that, but don't leave. Just stand up and scan. So go ahead and fill that out. It doesn't take very long, but this way we've captured your attention, and while you're in the moment of the event, you can give us your feedback. So, you're I see, is everybody typing? Keep going, check. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead so that we can maybe make this an opportunity for you to get out a little earlier than we had originally planned, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. How many people in the room met somebody, one or two people knew that you're going to be able to engage and do business with after today's event? Okay, that's why we do this, right then? That's why we did this. Oh God. I might need a board replacement. No, Don, I asked them how many people have met with one or two people that they'll do business with outside of this.
Yes.
They raised their hand.
I saw that.
That's what we did.
Yes.
Okay. I'm on the same page. Okay. But because of that, you took time out to be able to develop your network, and I want to thank you for that. I know your schedules are busy, and for you to be here with us, we really do appreciate that. A special thank you, as I said earlier, to the CRLC Advisory Board, all of our sponsors, and our 2025 investor partners. We hope hope that you will look forward to joining us again. We will have a CRLC networking event in September. I think we settled on September 11th. So watch for more information about that. We also have a pretty big event coming up October 2nd. It's not up there. Didn't know what was behind me. October 2nd is Supply Chain Evolution. So you will be getting more information about that. I think we'll be adding to our website a save the date with some information on who the presenters will be. It's a day-long event. It'll be at OCLC in Dublin. And what else am I missing? If you are not currently a CRLC member and would like to know information about becoming one along with the chamber, they are connected. The council is under the chamber. They've been around for, I think, 14 years as the Columbus Region Logistics Council. Please see any of our advisory board members or myself or any other chamber member. And we hope that we see you again real soon. And you can see all of our events at columbus.org/event. Have a great day.